Hey guys, welcome to Waypoint X. My name is Judd, and for today's video we're going to be installing some new Chromoly axle shafts. So, stay tuned. So welcome guys, we're going to be installing some new Chromoly axle shafts by Revolution Gear and Axle to replace our stock ones that we have in the Jeep now. We're about to go on the Moab trip, so we wanted to replace them, make it a little bit stronger. But special thanks out to Southern Off-Road for hooking us up. And so let's get started.
First, we'll take off all the lug nuts. They will be a size 19 socket. Next, we will take the tire and wheel and place it off to the side. Then we are going to use an 18mm socket to remove the two bolts that are holding on the brake caliper. It may take a little persuasion to get these off. Then you are going to want to remove the caliper up and away and secure it out of the way. Then making sure that the parking brake is not on so that you will be able to remove the brake rotor. Next, you will need to remove your speed sensor. You will push out on the red tab to then push down on the black tab that was under the red tab. Then you will remove the speed sensor bolt using an 8mm socket so that you can ultimately remove the speed sensor and place it off to the side. Then you will need to remove the 4 nuts holding on the axle flange using an 18mm socket. We decided to go to the local auto parts store to get an axle puller to remove the axle from the tube. Using the right tool should allow for the axle to come out without any problems. Your axle will slide out, but be sure that the bearing race comes out along with the axle. Make sure to be extra careful not to damage the axle too. Depending on the manufacturer of your new axle, you may have to press in, or in our case, screw in the studs. You need to make sure that the studs are tight and properly placed. Next, go ahead and insert your axle shaft into the axle tube, making sure that the flange is aligned properly with the cutouts on the side so that it can fit around your parking brake. You will need to make sure everything is aligned properly. After placing the flange bolts into the proper hole locations, you will need to place some Loctite on the flange nuts and then tighten them down to 45 foot-pounds of torque. Next, you will place the speed sensor back into its original location using the 8mm bolt. After doing so, you will go ahead and reconnect the speed sensor wiring harness back to the sensor. You will place your rotor back on. Then you will place the caliper back on and tighten down the two 18mm bolts holding it on. Then you will place your wheel and tire back on and tighten the lug nuts down to spec.
Well guys, that's the quick and easy way to put in chromoly axle shafts into your Jeep. We want to give a special shout out to Southern Off-Road and Revolution Gear and Axle. It's just going to give us some more insurance on the trail, a peace of mind. So we hope you like the video. Please comment below, subscribe, check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and we hope to see you out on the trail.